Good afternoon, every single one in this place. And it's my pleasure to talk to you again about Sesame. It's my second time to speak about Sesame at UNESCO. The other time was International Year of Light, and this time is the International Day of Light. Actually, Sesame, as said before, a source of light in the Middle East. And for me, as a person who knows this place since almost 13 years now, I see Sesame as our source of light in all our times of darkness and destruction. I'm a scientist, but I'm a human being living in the Middle East. And I think it's not only a source of light. We consider it like a flower in the mud. And as sometimes I say, Sesame is the love in the time of cholera in the Middle East. So I'm Egyptian, but I'm working now in Jordan for almost 3 years as Sesame staff. In this place, we come with our differences in everything: cultures, religions, education, political point of views, personal point of views. But at the gate of this place, we drop all these things outside and we enter just to focus on just one thing, that's science. As you heard earlier today, that Sesame is an intergovernmental organization under the umbrella of UNESCO. The members are without alphabetical order now: Cyprus, Turkey, Egypt, Jordan, Israel, Palestine, Iran, and Pakistan. And our observers, as you see, they are a lot, and we are considering also them as sources of light to light our path for science and also for peace. And being someone also living there, knowing everything, it seems that it's not only us working for Sesame who are looking for peace and looking for knowledge. This is why I quote this phrase, and I'd like to read it for you because it really summarizes everything about Sesame. It's well demonstrated that in today's information age, distances and languages are no longer barriers to the transfer of knowledge. With the power of technology and investments in science, collaboration across cultures could bring massive leaps and rapid advances towards solving shared global challenges and achieving mutual benefits while also contributing to intercultural dialogue. This is exactly what we are doing in Sesame. So in order to move in the right way, we had to change our perspectives. We had to drop the impressions taken about us. We had to stop believing that no way will take us to peace. And we started looking for an alternative language that can get us together without any conflicts, without any wars. And as I always say that in science, 1 + 1 = 2. It cannot be 0 and cannot be 3 and cannot be 5. It's only 2. And since it's a huge thing to bring something like that in the Middle East, I recall some of the figures who really worked hard to put lots of energy to think about something like this in our region, to work towards it and to put lots of efforts, lots of energy to bring it alive as it is today. We changed our frequencies. We are not thinking about politics now. We are only talking about science. And as we learned through all our years of education, since we were in the school or the universities or even with our postgraduate studies, we never thought of the nationality or the religion or the culture of all these scientists, those we learned from them, physics and chemistry and biology. We didn't think at all of any barrier. We were only thinking of science. And this is what exactly we are doing at Sesame. Not only us, actually, as also you recall that we have lots of supporters who backed us along all these years to bring Sesame operational. This is one of the pictures that you saw this afternoon with His Excellency Dr. Khalid Tuqan. And it just summarizes what does it mean, scientific collaboration at Sesame. Members and observers are coming together to build, piece by piece, a particle accelerator, joining experiences, joining knowledge, and teaching and training people to be someday capable of doing the same that we learned in Europe and United States. And miracles happen sometimes in our region too. So as scientists, we don't believe in something called impossible. We keep trying. And what you see there is Sesame 2002, how the idea started. But now Sesame looks like this nice building. It took lots of efforts, lots of hard work, lots of diplomacy in order to bring it as it is now. And of course, watching the news every day, looking at what's happening, is not really useful in our region if you want to work on science and technology. So we try to quiet this chaos a bit. We try to focus on science, and this is what really is happening there. You see people working on physics and chemistry. You see beam, you see radiation, you see X-rays, infrared. I worked for almost 3 years on a collaboration with a French synchrotron, and I really learned a lot from my mentor, Paul Dumas. I'm so proud to say his name in this event. And I think without this support of all these people believing in us, we wouldn't be existing today. Our news are changing. So as you see destruction in the Middle East, you also see something nice. So you see that the impressions are getting better day by day, when really they see that you are doing something useful. So we became an honorary member at the lightsources.org, and that means we are a successful accelerator. We had a project with the European Union. It's called Open Sesame. It's a Middle East regional cooperation. And as we are also based on CERN, also other facilities are being hopeful and taking us like an example now for science and technology in their region. And this is not a story, it's also a project that's called LAMP. It's not a lamp of light as light, but it's a joint project between African, Americas, and Asian and Middle East institutions to bring all these people together working for something for each, for his or her own region. And we believed that we could do something, and we did. We had the operation of our machine last year. We had 2 beam lines. Both are operational now. Both are running. We have training fellowships offered by different scientific organizations. I recall ICTP, IEA, and others. And we have users, trainees, students. And as this thing is also something bringing us together. I think that heart diseases and cancer and all sorts of these things are also bringing us together somehow. Cancer doesn't know Egyptian from Palestinian, from Jordanian. This is an example of some results that we're working on. We're working on biomedicine, cultural heritage, archaeology, material science, environment, water and air pollution. And these are our community. I think that we took almost 20 years to have it operational, but without these people, we are nothing. This is something that shows you that our community is getting more and more day after day. They are increasing because they are believing, because they saw that really something is going on for their region. And as Sesame is our source of light, we also have to be source of light. Each one of us has to be a source of light. We are doing our best. We are also moving with the speed of light as our electrons are moving. And I think, as I said in the World Science Forum, it was in the Dead Sea, I said, from the lowest point on Earth, the only way is up. Since that moment, we are going up and forward towards light. I thank you for your attention, and let's keep our light shining on. Thank you.